Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got quite a few things to go over for the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC. The update patch notes for October's update of the Generation 9 games have now dropped. We're going to be taking a look at those and breaking them down. We also have new events starting today like the Clefairy outbreak event and then a few other bits and bobs to go over as well. There's plenty of stuff to get into today though. So if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. It really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content. Ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, let's take a look at the patch notes for the next update for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Now, recently, they did tweet out saying that there was going to be an update patch for the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet games, although we wouldn't be receiving it until October. Luckily, October is next week, and as well as the fact that they're kind of posting the patch notes now, means that hopefully the update is very, very early into October and not like around the 10th, 11th or whatever. Either way, we have Play Pokemon here tweeting out saying we will be addressing issues with Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet update version 2.0.1, which we plan to release by the first half of October. So, like I say, first half of October, but it is October next week, so fingers crossed they do drop it next week and it's not like a lot further into the month. But anyway, let's take a look at these patch notes here. So this is on the Play Pokemon website. Now, of course, not all of the patch notes are out yet because there will be a few other things that drop on the day of the release of the patch. But either way, we have Play Pokemon here on the website. We'll be addressing the following issues with Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet update version 2.0.1, which we plan to release by the first half of October. We apologize for any inconvenience caused by these bugs. So, the first patch note is, under certain conditions, victories against the NPC trainers scattered across the game world may not be recorded. So, of course, this was something that was kind of like data mined, and there was loads of people posting about it on Twitter, and then I kind of feel like Pokemon do take a look at Twitter, because the fact that that was like dropped and then literally the next day Pokemon were like, okay, we're going to release a patch for that, it's a little bit interesting. But either way, the issue with this is that I think it's over 300 trainers, if you've battled in the Scarlet and Violet games, it will just stop recording trainer battles, so it will stop certain events happening, such as like the Ogre Clan. If you've beaten them but it's not registering, then obviously you won't get like the items and stuff for doing it. But either way, as a result, the rewards players can earn by winning a certain number of battles, such as from Pokemon League representatives in the Paldea region or the Ogre Clan members in the land of Kitakami, may not be obtainable at this time. So yeah, that's all going to be patched, so you will then be able to battle everyone and get all the rewards and stuff. The next one is, it is not currently possible to transfer certain special Pokemon to Pokemon Scarlet or Pokemon Violet via Pokemon Home if those Pokemon were brought into Pokemon Home from Pokemon Go. Now, of course, the thing about these games is that to get like a mythical Pokemon or something, to transfer that from Pokemon Go, you already have to have had that Pokemon in the game. So let's take Darkrai, for example. In order to get Darkrai from Pokemon Go into Scarlet and Violet, you would already have had to have a Darkrai in Scarlet and Violet for it to like kind of let you do it. I don't know why. I think it's kind of dumb. But either way, that's what they're doing. But what this is basically saying is that even if you have had the Pokemon in the Generation 9 games and then you transfer it from Pokemon Go into the Gen 9 games, it still will not let you for certain Pokemon. Even if a Pokemon of the same species was already obtained in Pokemon Scarlet or Pokemon Violet prior to version 1.3.2. So yeah, they're patching that as well, so you will be able to hopefully transfer everything now into the game as long as you've already had it in the game already, which again is super dumb. You know, I don't understand why it's the thing, but those are the two main patch notes for this. Hopefully they update a lot of the other things as well. Like there's a lot of outbreak bugs at the moment, like invisible outbreaks and stuff with like spawning and everything like that, and that's just in the Teal Mask as well. Obviously, we know frame drops and everything is a thing. I don't think they're going to patch those. It's been way too long since they've done that. So I don't think they're going to do anything about that, unfortunately. But at least this patch will kind of update and sort out quite a few big bugs in the game. And like I say, it's October next week, so hopefully we do get this hopefully next week. Like I say, the fact they've dropped their patch notes now means that it should be right around the corner. So That's the first thing that I wanted to go over, all the patch notes for the Gen 9 games. Next up, of course, the Clefairy Outbreak event is now out. This is in place of a kind of raid event this weekend. Of course, next weekend we're getting the Hisuian Decidueye, and then the weekend after that is the second week of the Hisuian Decidueye. But for right now, you can get the special Clefairy. So, Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi note, we have begun adding the known details for this Clefairy Mass Outbreak event in our special section on the event. So when we go to the special section, this is all the stuff that you need to know about the Clefairy event. So basically they appear in both versions. The ability is standard. The moves, I guess, could just be like whatever it gets at that level. The nature is random. The scale is standard. The shiny rate is also standard, which I'm a little bit surprised about, because I thought that that might have been changed a little bit, especially because in the data mines for the DLC, Anubis, one of the data miners, basically tweeted out saying that there's going to be something soon, or there's going to be something in the game that does alter shiny odds, and we thought that it was going to be this new massive mass outbreak event, but apparently it's not. Again, things could get changed and things could get data mined and stuff further down the line, but as of right now, the shiny rates are just standard. And the upbeat mark, which obviously is a special mark that you can only get during these events, is a 5% drop. So to get a shiny with then getting the upbeat mark is going to be quite difficult, because to get the shiny anyway is quite difficult, and then obviously 5% chance as well. So getting a shiny Clefairy with the upbeat mark is generally difficult. I'm going to be streaming it tonight, hopefully getting one. But yeah, the odds are not in our favor, and they do appear in all areas level 10 to 60 on land as well. So that's all the information about the Clefairy event. And again, if you want an upbeat mark, generally, I mean, you've got a 5% chance, which shouldn't be too difficult. But yeah, getting a shiny with the upbeat mark, that's going to be tough. I don't know if that's going to get boosted by like title powers with like sandwiches and stuff. Potentially it might. But either way, they are the base odds for the Clefairy event. Moving on, oh, this is what the upbeat mark looks like as well. It's kind of like a musical kind of symbol here. This was tweeted out by like the Japanese page. And remember, you only have this weekend to do it as well. So if you are wanting to get that shiny Clefairy with the upbeat mark, you don't have long to get it. So get on it now and try and get that bad boy before the time runs out. I'm assuming the outbreaks pop up like all over the place though. So you could literally just kind of... hopefully if there's like 3 outbreaks that spawn next to each other, you can just keep going back and forth and stuff, and it will help like with respawning the mons and stuff, and it just kind of raise the chance of getting them. So yeah, I would advise that when you're hunting for this as a shiny, yeah, just try and get 3 outbreaks that are like relatively close together. But either way, that's the Clefairy event. Moving on, this is also dropped today, so Cerebi update. The first Pokemon featuring Hatsune Miku, Project Voltage song and music video, Volt Tackle by Deco Star 27 is now live. So yeah, the first Pokemon kind of Hatsune Miku thing is now live. You can watch it, you can listen to it, stuff like that. I've not listened to it yet, but I'm sure it's a banger. Moving on, we also have information about Detective Pikachu Returns as well. Again, I've never been so uninterested in a Pokemon game, and it doesn't look like they're really doing much about it. Like, the promotion for this game has been terrible, and I just don't think that many people are bothered. But if you are bothered about Detective Pikachu Returns, the preloads for Detective Pikachu Returns are starting to download on Nintendo Switches ahead of the game's launch next week. So what that basically means is you can download it now. You won't be able to access it, but as soon as it hits midnight in your region or your location, you will then be able to play Detective Pikachu Returns. Again, it shouldn't take them 4 years to get this game out. I think that's why a lot of people have lost interest in it, but either way, it's out next week, so if you're looking forward to it, yeah, you can now pre-download it. Moving on, we also have a few other bits and bobs to go over as well about the DLC. This was a post here by Light that I wanted to take a look at. Spoilers, Indigo Disk. So Dokutaro, which is of course this thing here, this new legendary Pokemon that is going to be in the Indigo Disk DLC. The Poison Peach Pokemon will be the leader of the Loyal 3 and the cause of why Pheasantipity, Munkidori, and Okidogi have the toxic chains, and probably the only one who has already possessed Kieran. Also, the appearance of these 3 is not the real ones. They used to look completely different. The wish, the longing, the desire, those words are really attached to the plot of Scarlet and Violet and Terrapagos. Yeah, if you didn't know, all these Pokemon used to look like a little bit different, but then they basically like had these desires and wishes to, like Pheasantipity was like beauty, Munkidori I believe was like smarts, like intelligence, and then Okidogi was like strength and stuff, and then they got all of these desires by some sort of creature, and that's what's turned them into what they are now. So can Dokutaru have a similar power to Terapagos? It may give some type of corruption, also draining your vital energy, but at the same time making your dreams come true, but with probably a price to pay, which is your life. Remember that Okidogi, Munkidora, and Fezidipiti were resurrected. Maybe that is the case. Maybe you get your deepest, darkest desire, but then it does like kind of kill you off and you have to wait to be resurrected. And maybe we can give the 2 types that are remaining in the lanterns from Kitakami Hall, and one of them is not used already. Remember, all the types of the lanterns are from the Loyal 3 and Ogerpon masks. So Poison Ghost, Poison to be able to create the toxic chains, and Ghost because the power to possess. So yeah, it does look like it potentially could be Poison Ghost type. All of the other types have been used by like on the lanterns and stuff by the Loyal 3, so it kind of makes sense that it would be Poison Ghost. And I can see that anyway, because being poison, obviously it's the Poison Peach Pokemon, then having the Ghost typing just kind of like goes away with like it kind of goes hand in hand with like possessing things and, you know, like spiritual kind of energy and stuff like that. So that's the Dokutara stuff. And then also finishing things off, I wanted to go over this real quick. We'll talk about this more in detail in a future video, but basically there's a new Terapagos plush that just got dropped, which I'm absolutely in love with, by the way. I really want to get this. But the Terapagos plush published by Takara Tomy will be released on the 25th of November in Japan. So potentially this could be a small kind of hint towards the release date. Like I say, we'll go over it a little bit more in the future. But yeah, it could potentially be some sort of hint towards a release date or something. Remember, we obviously have the thing on the 3rd of November for the physical edition. We now have this on the 25th of November. So potentially mid-November could be when they do drop this. Because I'm assuming they would drop this during the anime arc. We also have like new Terapagos art here as well, which is pretty cool. I absolutely love this Pokemon. It looks really cool. So yeah, maybe they drop this before or after the Indigo Disk, but yeah, we'll probably get the Terapagos arc, you know, around this time, which is obviously when the Indigo Disk may also drop. But either way, that is going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. It does really help out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on everything that we covered in today's video. What are your thoughts on the patch notes? Are you going to be going for a Clefairy shiny with the upbeat mark? And also, what do you think the typing of this legendary Pokemon is going to be as well? But yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Till next time, though, have a great day and peace.